What if I told you that you could build a professional portfolio website in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee? In this video, I'll show you step by step how to do it using AI, and all you have to do is type in what you want and it builds the entire website for you. So if you've ever wanted a professional portfolio website without the stress of coding, then stick around because I'll show you exactly how to make it happen. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Step 1. Getting ready. Okay, so before we build the portfolio website, we first need to set up a Hostinger Horizons account. This will allow us to tell Horizons what we want, and then the AI will instantly build, edit, and publish the entire website with no coding needed. So go ahead and click on the first link down below in the description, or you can go to hostinger.com/Josh Burns Tech, and it does have 2 H's on the end. So let's go ahead and go there now. And that will take you to this page here. So really quick, I want to let you know that this is my affiliate link, and I also have a promo code we'll use in just a moment to get you a discount. So if you decide to use my link, I'll earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, and it truly helps support this channel so I can keep making free tutorials like this for you. I sincerely appreciate your support, and thank you. Okay, so I'm really excited to show you Horizons. It's going to make this so easy building our portfolio website without writing any code at all. All we have to do is simply type into a prompt and the AI does everything for us. It makes it so easy. So let's come up here and let's go ahead and click start now. Now I definitely recommend the starter plan, which comes with 70 messages per month. And if for some reason we need to upgrade while building the portfolio website, then we can easily do that as well. The starter plan is the most popular plan, and if you want to build a portfolio website and just do occasional updates, then this one will work great for you. However, if you expect to make regular updates like adding new projects, case studies, testimonials, or design features, then going with the hobbyist plan would be a better option for you. So I definitely recommend going with either of these options right here, and again, you can always upgrade later if you need to. Every plan also comes with free website hosting for 1 year, a free domain, 5 mailboxes per website, so that's going to be 5 email accounts free for 1 year, daily backups, and 50 projects. And you definitely need these first few things right here for your portfolio website. Horizons also has a new e-commerce feature online store integration that will easily help you sell products. So go ahead and select either of these plans right here. For me, I'll go ahead and select the starter plan by clicking select plan. Okay, so now let's enter my coupon code to make this even cheaper. So over here on have a coupon code, let's go ahead and click this and then come down here and type in Josh Burns Tech, and then let's click apply. And there we go. Now you're saving an additional 10%. So with Horizons, you also get a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel anytime you want. Okay, so now let's go ahead and click continue right here. Okay, so go ahead and enter an email address and password that you would like to use with Hostinger, or if you already have an account, then you can simply log in right here. Okay, so all you need to do now is enter your billing address, payment details, and then click submit payment right here. Step number 2. Access Hostinger Horizons. So now that you've signed up with Hostinger, we can now access Horizons from the dashboard. This will allow us to build a fully functional portfolio website by simply chatting with AI. Okay, so after you sign into your Hostinger account, there's a couple of different places where you can access Horizons. So first off, you have your to-do section right here, and that's going to show you a link to Horizons where it says continue building your web app on Horizons. You can actually build web apps as well. That's one of the great things about Horizons. You can go beyond website building and create a custom web app by simply, typing into the AI prompt, and you don't need, any coding skills or anything like that. That's why I love Hostinger Horizons. There's so many different options, and it's a really powerful AI tool. So again, you can access Horizons right here by clicking continue. You also have a free domain, which again, comes with Horizons. Now we will need this, after we generate the portfolio website and get it customized. We'll come back to this right here. So another way you can access Horizons is if you come over here to the left-hand side and come down to Horizons right here. So let's go ahead and click on this. So you can also access Horizons right here. And it says try now, but after you purchase it, go ahead and open Horizons by clicking try now right here. Step 3. Generate your portfolio website. Okay, so now comes the fun part, where we actually generate the portfolio website using Hostinger Horizons. All you have to do is enter a simple prompt that describes what you want, and Horizons will instantly create a clean, professional portfolio for you in just seconds. And to make this extremely easy for you, I'll give you a prompt that all you have to do is simply copy it, paste it, and then customize it to fit your own style and what you're looking for. We are now ready to create our portfolio website by simply chatting with AI. We can paste in the prompt right here and it's going to do everything for us. So we are going to describe our project, we can make edits to the portfolio website, and we can publish it in just one click. And you can see down here, there's a lot of different ideas that you can get inspiration from, like a travel blog, a budget tracking platform, and here we go, a portfolio website. So anyway, let's scroll back up here to the top. Okay, so now I'm going to paste in a prompt that I created to build this entire portfolio website. It's really detailed, and let's go ahead and paste it in right here. And to make this so easy for you, I'll put this entire prompt down below in the video description, so you can simply copy it, you can edit it, and then paste it in right here as well. So you would need to basically update, your name, what you are. I put a YouTuber and content creator. So if, for example, you're a, programmer, you would type that in right here. And then next I describe my YouTube channel, and this part right here is really what you're gonna want. So this is where I start, describing what I want created for my portfolio website. And again, feel free to change whatever you want. You can change the, background. I'm going to be using a lighter color with vibrant colors. You could use a dark background. And then down here, I go into the requirements. So I want a home page, about page, contact page with a downloadable resume. This is going to be really cool and something you would probably want. Some other pages that I wanted included. And then I described that I want a fully responsive layout as well, so it looks really good on both desktop and mobile. And auto-generated content is something you probably want, so that your website will be fully populated and you can see how it's actually going to look whenever you put your own information in. And then some more, design things down through here as well. And then I also included some additional details. So again, copy this prompt from the description of this video, paste it in here, update whatever you want to update, and then let's go ahead and click this button right here to go ahead and send it. Okay, and as you can see right here, Horizons is creating my portfolio website. So this entire portfolio website will be done in just a few minutes. And think about how much time you're saving if you were actually building this entire website yourself. So go ahead, make a cup of coffee, and by the time you come back, your portfolio website will be done. And there we go, the portfolio website is finished and it looks great. And we can add anything we want here, we can change anything we want by simply typing in the prompt, which we're gonna do. And again, we have a home page, we have an about page right here, which I like a lot. Here is the downloadable resume button that I put right here as well. This looks really, really good, which was completely generated by AI in just minutes. And you can see here, it even put some stock images in here as well, which look really good. Let's take a look at the contact page. I really like that contact form and how it loaded in here. And these two pages right here, which I had in the prompt, they actually redirect to a different website. So I have my own media kit and I have my own coaching platform, and these are going to redirect to those. So let's make sure that these actually work really quick. And there we go, that redirected perfectly to my coaching page where I do one-on-one coaching calls, and I even do YouTube strategy coaching calls as well. So let's go back over to Horizons, and now let's make sure my media kit also works as well. And there we go, here's my media kit. It looks great. Brands can find this, on my website, which is really good. And they can scroll down here and, look at reasons why they should want to work with me on YouTube. Okay, so let's go back to Horizons. And now let's go back to the homepage. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is update this text right here. It's not bad, but this isn't really what I want for my channel. So up here at the top, we have preview, we have edit content, and we have code. Let's go ahead and click on edit content. Okay, so some things on this page we can edit directly by clicking on it, and other things we have to type in the prompt to edit. This one right here we can edit by simply clicking it, and now we can simply type whatever we want. So I'm going to delete this text, and then I'm going to paste in some text now. And let's come down here and click save, and there we go. You can see the text has been updated. Okay, next we want this button to link to my YouTube channel, and you can see right here it says this text can be changed only through chat. So let's go back to preview first, and let's see if this actually goes anywhere. Okay, wow, that was really impressive. So if you remember from my prompt, I never gave Horizons my YouTube channel link. The only thing I told Horizons was the name of my YouTube channel. So by just giving Horizons my YouTube channel name, it was able to find the link for my channel and actually place it, in this button right here. So we don't even need to update this. Let's go ahead and see what the Learn More button does. Okay, that's really important for you to know. If you click on it, you look down here, it's basically saying, this hasn't been configured yet, but we can have this go wherever we want. So since this is a learn more button, I think it would make sense for it to link to the about page. And if you see here on the button, if we click on it, we can change the text for it, but we actually want to change where it redirects to. So down here in the chat, let's tell Horizons, make the learn more button redirect to the contact page. And let's go ahead and press enter. And as you can see here, it's updating the website. Okay, there we go. It's already done. Now let's come over here and test the button. Let's go ahead and click on it. Okay, so as you can see, I accidentally typed in contact page instead of about page. So that's actually really good because I can show you something that's really important. So what I could do now is simply tell it to link to the about page instead of the contact page. What you can also do, which again, this is really important to know how to do. You see this option here that says undo this change. So let's say you changed something on your website that you didn't mean to change and it kind of messed up either the design or how it functions. You can simply undo the change and revert to the previous, configuration. So let's go ahead and press undo right here, and let's go ahead and click undo. And now it's going to revert the change. Okay, let's go back to the home page. There we go. It reverted to the previous change. So again, really important to know this. If you mess up on something, it's completely fine. You can simply undo it and just, revert the change. Okay, so let's come over here to the chat and let's actually type it in the right way this time. Make the learn more button redirect to the about page. So let's go ahead and do enter. Okay, it's already done, and let's go ahead and test it out. Let's click on the button, and there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Now when someone clicks on the learn more button, it's going to bring them to the about page right here. So let's go ahead and go back to the home tab. Okay, so this section here looks great and it's done. Okay, so this free sample image here, it actually looks good on my website because I'm a YouTuber. However, since I'm introducing myself here, I think a picture of myself here would be way more personable. Okay, so let's come up here to the top and make sure we're on edit content. And if for some reason, the edit feature isn't popping up here, simply go back to preview and then go back to edit content until it shows up. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap this image out right here. We're going to click on it. So I'll go ahead and upload a new image right here. There we go. That looks great. Now let's go ahead and do save. Okay, there we go. Now we have an image of myself in my YouTube studio, which I think looks really, really good. And then right here, I can update, all these numbers if I wanted to. Obviously, these don't match my channel. And what I'll do is just update this first one here so you can see it. So if we click on this one right here, you can see it doesn't, give us an option to edit it. So I'll come down here to the chat and I'll go ahead and tell Horizons to update this number. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter right here. And there we go. That looks great. Now I'll go ahead and update the rest of these, but I won't bore you with making you watch me do that. And there we go. That looks great. So as you can see, it is so easy to create a portfolio website and update it. And we'll go through here and continue updating this website so I can show you exactly everything you need to know how to do. Okay, so before we scroll down to the next section, you also need to know how to look at this on mobile as well. So you can see this button right here that says mobile view. If we click on that, then you can see exactly how the website is going to look on a mobile device. And you can see here in my initial prompt, I said to make this a responsive website. And that's why everything looks good, even on the mobile version. But again, you definitely need to check the mobile version whenever you're editing your website to make sure it looks good on both the desktop and mobile. So let's come back up here and go back to desktop view. Okay, so let's scroll down to the next section. And what I'll do now is simply update these images. I'll put thumbnails in for a few videos on my channel and then change the title as well and the view count. So let's come up here to the top and again, make sure we're on edit content. And you can see here, it's not letting me edit anything. So again, if it does that, simply go to preview and then go back to edit content. And there we go. You can see I can actually update things now. So I don't really do any tech reviews. It kind of pulled that in, because my channel has tech in the name. So I'll go ahead and simply just delete off this part right here and then do save. Okay, that looks great. Now let's come over here to this first one and let's see what happens if we click on this. So again, I can put a new thumbnail in right here by simply uploading an image like we did earlier at the top of this page. Okay, there we go. That looks great. Let's go ahead and do save. Okay, so it did change the thumbnail for each of these. Let me see if I can actually put a new thumbnail here. Okay, so let's see if we can fix this problem. Let me come over here to the chat and see if I can make sure it separates these thumbnails. Okay, so as you can see right here, I basically told Horizons that whenever I upload a new image, they need to upload individually. And you can see Horizon says, you know, I got that. We'll go ahead and fix that issue for you. Okay, so let's come over here and scroll down. And now let's go ahead and see if we can fix this problem. So let's come up here to the top, go to preview, and then go back to edit content. And now I'll go ahead and change these two thumbnails right here. Okay, that worked perfectly. It only updated this first one here, and you can see it actually pulled in the title as well for this video, which is really cool. So I'll go ahead and change these next two as well. And there we go. I went ahead and updated the thumbnails for each of these and the titles and also the view counts as well. And for everything here, you know, I didn't have to type anything into the prompt other than separating out these three images. For everything else, I was able to click on it and then simply update the text. It was really easy to do. So let's go up here to the top and click on preview. Okay, so now what we need to do is make sure that these link to the appropriate video. So I can tell you right now that probably isn't going to happen. Let's go ahead and click on this right here. Okay, it says it has not been implemented yet, so we need to fix that. And I'll do that over here in the chat. Okay, there we go. I told it to link to the correct videos, and let's go ahead and press enter. Okay, let's go ahead and test it out. We're going to scroll down here and let's click on the first video. Okay, that worked perfectly. Let's come back up here and go to Horizons. We'll close out of that tab and this one as well. And let's go ahead and test these other two really quick. All right, that one looks good. And now the last one. And there we go. These all look really great. So let's go back to Horizons. We can close out of that. Let's make sure this button goes to my YouTube channel. And there we go. That looks great. Okay, so the last thing I'll do is simply update some text right here. Okay, there we go. The homepage is completely done. And again, you can change anything you want here by simply typing in the chat. You can change the background color. You can change the color of text. You can change button colors. You can add buttons, you can remove buttons, you can do anything you want by simply typing in the chat. And again, if there is any issue, if you want to revert a change, you liked a previous, configuration or color, better, then you can simply use this undo button right here to back out the change. But for me, I love this background, I love the colors, there is nothing that I want to change here. Okay, so let's come up here and go to the About tab. Okay, so I went ahead and updated this text right here, but I don't really like how it looks. I need a new paragraph right here. And one issue with that is I wasn't able to, create a new paragraph by simply coming in here to the text, finding that place, doing a couple of returns. I tried to do this right here and I just want to show you in case you run into the same issue. You can see it doesn't actually create a new paragraph. So what I had to do is come over here to the chat and then I told Horizons to basically split it into two paragraphs. So I'll go ahead and press enter now. And there we go, that looks good. So if you run into an issue like that, then simply come over here to Horizons and tell Horizons to fix it for you. Now, the other thing I don't like is how this text looks smaller and the spacing looks a little bit different. So let me go ahead and tell Horizons to fix that as well. And there we go, that looks really good. So as you can see, I simply told Horizons to make the font size and the line spacing the same between all three paragraphs right here. It's really that simple to build a website with Horizons. All you have to do is simply have a conversation with the AI. It's so simple. Okay, so next I'm going to update this picture right here. And let's go ahead and do save. And there we go, that looks good. Okay, so I wanted to include this download resume button here, because if you want to, include a link for your resume where, a potential employer or, a company you're trying to work with wants to actually see your resume, they could simply download it from your About page right here. Now, as you can see, this isn't going to link anywhere at the moment. So what we need to do now is make sure that when someone clicks this button, it downloads my resume. Okay, so I think what I'll do to make this really simple is I'll go ahead and upload a resume template, which, would be an example of my resume, to either Google Drive or Dropbox. And then I'll have this button simply link to that resume that's being shared through Google Drive or Dropbox, which you could easily do yourself as well. Okay, so I simply told Horizons to make the download resume button link to the shared file, which is in Google Drive. So let's go ahead and share it right now. Okay, let's go ahead and test out the button by clicking on it. And there we go, perfect. It opened the resume template that I shared in Google Drive. So again, you could simply upload your resume to Google Drive or Dropbox or something like that, and then make sure that you share it. And then after it's shared, copy the link and then come over to Horizons and simply type in something like this right here. And now when, someone comes to my website and they want to, see my resume, they can simply click on this button right here. Now for the purpose of my portfolio website, I don't really need a link to download my resume. It would make a lot more sense if I had this right here, link to my media kit, which is what I want potential brands to see so they will want to work with me. So I'll go ahead and update this button right here. Okay, there we go. You can see here that I updated the text and then I changed it to link to my media kit as well right here. Now something else that's really cool about Horizons, which I haven't told you yet, is that you can simply, upload an image of a different website and tell Horizons to use it as inspiration to make your website look really similar. So if you find a website that you really like, simply take a screenshot of the website or whatever page you're looking at, and then you can come over here and tell Horizons to build your portfolio website or update your portfolio website to look like the example. And you would simply type that in right here, and then on the upload images, you would click upload images, attach the screenshot of, the website or page that you really like, and then, tell Horizons to build your page or your portfolio website based off that image. Horizons is so powerful and there's literally so many things you can do with it. I really wish I had this when I created my websites in the past because it would have made everything so much easier. Okay, so I think what I want to do next is change the skills and experience section right here to be an image carousel. So it's going to have different brands that I've collaborated with and partnered with on YouTube and have the logos of those brands in a sliding carousel. So this will show you how to upload images into the AI chat as well. So let's come over here to the chat and I'm going to go ahead and paste in this prompt that I wrote. So you can see here it's going to do exactly what I just told you. We're going to change this section to brands I've partnered with on YouTube. And then right here, we're going to add in a smooth sliding image carousel. And now I need to attach the brand logo. So I'll do that right now by clicking this upload images button right here. Okay, so I uploaded the images, which you can see right here. And now let's go ahead and press enter. And there we go. It looks really good. And now let's see if I, place my mouse on one of the logos, if it stops. It does stop, and it also changes to the brand's color as well, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. So you can see how powerful that Horizons is. I literally just pasted in this prompt and uploaded some logos, and here we go. I didn't have to do any of the, coding to do this myself or anything. Okay, so I had to fix one thing, which you can see right here. So basically, whenever the image carousel ended, it restarted, very abruptly. It would kind of jerk or almost glitch. So I basically just typed in this prompt right here. And now, whenever it reaches the end, it just keeps going smoothly and you can't even notice that it restarted. So that's the only thing I had to do. I just had to type in this prompt right here so that it would fix the restart of the image carousel and just make it really smooth. Okay, so I also added in this media reach section right here, and you can see the prompt that I used to, add this section. I basically just typed in my follower accounts across every platform, and it went ahead and generated this, which I think looks really good. However, I do want to change this description right here. So let's go ahead and change this to, change this description. I actually used ChatGPT to come up with a description, which, I use it heavily for things like that. And I'll show you how I did that really quick, just in case you're interested. And here's the ChatGPT prompt that I used to come up with a better description. It gave me a bunch of options. I basically told it to rank all the different options, and I went ahead and went with option 3. So I'm going to copy that out right here. I like it a lot. And now let's go back over to Hostinger and let's click in here and let's go ahead and change this. It's kind of lengthy, so let's see how that looks. Let's come up here and go to preview. Okay, I think that looks great. So I could play around with the spacing a little bit to, make it on 2 lines or, put more text on this 3rd line here, but I think this looks good for right now. So I think the last thing I'm going to do on the about page is make sure that the brands I've worked with section down here has this, light blue background. I think it would look way better to go from this light blue background to this background and then back to the original one here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and type that in right here. And there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. So if we scroll up to the top, we can see the light blue background and then this one, and then it goes back to the original one. I just think it looks really good that way. And you can see the simple prompt I used to make that change right here. Okay, I think we're done on the about page. It has everything that I, want to have on it right now. And when you're building out your about page, you can add anything you want. You can get inspiration from other websites and, simply type in what you want right here. You can use ChatGPT to help you come up with a good prompt to use for hosting your Horizons. I've done that in this video. I did that when I initially built the website out. So, you can utilize ChatGPT as well to help you come up with good prompts for, Horizons. And then anything that you want to undo, you can simply undo it and then modify your prompt and try again. This makes it so easy when building a portfolio website. So anyway, let's come up here to the top and let's go ahead and move on to the contact page. Okay, let's go ahead and modify the contact page. So I really like the design of it, and I think it's going to look really good once we update a few things here. So I think the first thing I want to do is make a new paragraph starting right here. So let me go ahead and type that into the prompt over here. Okay, let's go ahead and do enter. Okay, so it split it off into another paragraph, but we need some space right here. So let me go ahead and type that into the prompt as well. Okay, let's go ahead and press enter. And there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so obviously these are not accurate right here. That's not my email address, phone number, or location. Okay, so I actually decided to remove the get in touch section because we already have a contact form here. And I don't want my email address, displayed publicly on my website or my phone number. So I went ahead and just got rid of the section, and I think it looks way better with it removed. Everything looks way better here. So we'll need to fix this right here. This bullet point is wrong, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And there we go. That looks really good. I modified the text and I made sure that it was on the same line as the bullet point. Okay, so the most important part of this page here is making sure that this contact form works. So if we go to preview, and for example, we just type some things in here. Okay, so I typed in some, sample text here. This part's really important, obviously. And let's go ahead and hit send message. So as you can see, this feature has not been implemented yet, so we have to make this form actually work. So what we need to do is tell Horizons when someone clicks send message, we need to give it the email address that this form, the details here, needs to go to. So that's going to be your email address where you want to receive, contact form notices from, potential employers, from people that want to hire you, from people that want to work with you. So we need to go ahead and do that now. Okay, here we go. So I tried to be really descriptive here regarding what I want this form to do. I want it to send to this email address whenever someone comes here and fills out everything on the form. So let's go ahead and press enter on the chat over here. Okay, there we go. You can see that Horizons, made the update right here. And I went ahead and filled out some more details. So now let's go ahead and try to send the message. Okay, so you can see here, it wants me to actually open this up in my email application like Gmail or Outlook and then send the email from there. So it basically gives you a template and it will let you open this, form details into your own email account. However, I would really like it to just send straight from this form so they don't have to do anything like that. So let me go ahead and try a different prompt. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this prompt right here. Okay, so this is something important that I wanted to mention to you. So whenever you're doing things in Horizons, whether you're building a web app, a portfolio website, a different type of website, there will be times when you need to use an API. So on the web, app side of things, when you're building an application, you may need an API if you need to pull data or pull information from a different website. So in order to email the details here directly from this form, we would need to set up an integration, which you can see right here. So, this is something I would do in a different tutorial, but, if you want to keep the contact form the way it is here, technically they can still use this form. It's just going to, have them open the email in, Gmail or Outlook or something like that, and then actually send it. But if you wanted to send directly from the form, then simply follow these steps right here, and it's really easy to do. Okay, so I think the last thing I want to change here is this GitHub link and change that to Instagram. So I'll go ahead and type that in over here in the prompt. Okay, so let's go ahead and press enter. And there we go, that looks great. So I need to fix this because it spaced it out again for some reason. So let me go ahead and fix that. Let's go ahead and press enter. Okay, there we go, that looks great. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. And what I'm gonna do is simply remove this section right here. We don't need this at all. So I'm gonna go over here to the prompt and simply type that in. And there we go, the contact page is done. So again, the only thing I would really do or change here would be to, make sure I set up that integration, spend some time doing that. so that, when someone fills out this form, it sends directly from the form and they don't have to open it up in Outlook or Gmail and then send the email from there. So that's really the last thing I would do on this contact page. And then up here at the top, we have my coaching page, which simply redirects to my coaching platform, which is right here. We opened this earlier. And then the media kit, again, this simply redirects to my media kit, which we opened earlier as well, right here. Okay, so what if you want to create a new page? You build out this portfolio website and you're like, you know what? I really wanted to add a projects page to, showcase my projects or case studies to, really get someone to want to work with me, to build credibility, to build trust with them. We can easily do that as well. So I'm going to get this prompt that I wrote out and I'm going to paste it in here and we're going to add a new page. Okay, so you can see in the prompt, I'll be adding a collaborations page to my portfolio website. And for you, this could be a projects page. And, here's where I went in detail describing what I wanted, out of this new page. I told it to populate with some sample content as well, so I can fully see what it's going to look like and then update it from there. So let me make sure everything looks good here and we'll go ahead and press enter. And now it's building out the new page and we'll go ahead and take a look at it when it's done. Okay, so this looks really good. It has some key statistics right here, which I can update and, make accurate to fit my channel. And then down here we have proven results. So this is the, case study section that I have listed out here. And what I can do is simply change the brand names here to brands that I've worked with. And then right here, I can, change the statistics, which this is really good. It shows how many views my video generated, how many clicks, and how many conversions. And this is really, really great for potential brands to see. And we also have a testimonial for each as well, which I think looks really, really good. And I could simply reach out to the brands I've worked with and get them to give me a short testimonial for my portfolio website. So for you, this should give you an idea of how you could build out a projects page. You could have different projects right here, describe the project, and put some images or screenshots of what you did for the project. And again, I want to go back and mention that when you want to build out a page, like a projects page that you've worked on, go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to help you, build out a prompt for the page. Tell it you're using Hostinger Horizons and ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt to build out a professional projects page that lists out some case studies. But anyway, this page looks really good. And the only thing I would need to do is come back here eventually and spend some time building out the rest of this page, simply updating statistics and case studies as well. So that's how easy it is to add a new page. And, I think this website is looking really, really great. Step 4, publish your portfolio website. So now that your portfolio website is customized and it's ready to go, the next step is to publish the website with your own domain name. Okay, so before we publish the portfolio website, I want to show you something very, very important, which is backing up your portfolio website. So Hostinger auto-saves your portfolio website and the changes that you make, but you can also export your entire website, which I highly recommend that you do. So let's come up here to the very top left, click on this drop down, and let's come down here and select export code. Okay, so you can see it's successfully exported and we can see it right here. It saved it on my computer. So I would recommend putting that into, a directory where you can keep, copies of your portfolio website backed up. Okay, and one more thing I would highly recommend you do before publishing is, checking your entire portfolio website, and not just on the desktop version. You also want to come up here and go to the mobile version as well. And, just make sure it looks good on both versions. Go through your entire portfolio website and just make sure that everything looks good. And after everything looks good, we can come back over here and go to desktop view and we're ready to publish. So let's come up here to the very top and you can see this button that says publish. So let's go ahead and click that right here. Okay, the portfolio website was published successfully, and you can see the domain it gives us right here. Now we definitely want to get our own domain. Again, when you purchase one of the plans I showed you earlier, you get a free domain. So we're going to go ahead and do that next. However, we can view the site by clicking this button here, and here we go. Here's the portfolio website. So again, we definitely want to get rid of this domain here. It does not look good. So let's go back over here to Hostinger, and now let's select Get Domain. Okay, so now you simply need to type in whatever name that you want to use. If this is a portfolio website, you could type in your first name and last name, and it may be taken. You can see joshburnstech.com is already taken because I personally own that domain. So I could scroll down here and look at different extensions, and I think I'll go with joshburnstech.io. So I'll go ahead and select that here. And now we can come down here and go to next. Okay, so on this page, make sure all your contact details are correct. And we can come down here and go to finish registration. Okay, there we go. Our new domain was added to our website. So let's go ahead and click continue. Okay, so now that we have our new domain, we need to simply come up here to the top and publish one more time. And there we go. We now have our new domain. Okay, so one thing I want to mention to you here, if you go to view site, and this happens right here where it takes you to a site that can't be reached, it's because your domain is still connecting. So to view that, we can come back over here to Horizons. We'll close out of this, and then up here at the top, let's click on this drop down, and we want to open the Hostinger dashboard right here. So let's go ahead and click this. Okay, so now on the Horizons tab, we can see our domain, and you can see that it's still connecting. So if you look at this here, it's basically saying that it can take up to 24 hours for the new domain to be connected. So you may have to wait a little bit for your domain to be connected, but you can still view your site by clicking this button right here. And it's just going to have this temporary domain right here until your new domain is connected. But you can still view, the website and everything else that we just built. So let's go back to Horizons. Okay, and if you want to, add something to your website, you want to edit it, you can simply come here to this page, come down to your website, and then select Edit Project right here. And here we go. We're back in Horizons, and it even keeps all the prompts that you use to build out this portfolio website. We have everything over here. So again, hosting your Horizons is already so powerful, and it's only going to continue getting better and better. You can build portfolio websites, you can build other websites, you can build web applications. There are so many use cases for this product. So let's go over here and check on the website one more time. Let's go back to the dashboard right here. Okay, it says the domain is still connecting. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And let's go ahead and just type in the domain and see if it comes up. Okay, so the domain is actually working now. It's still configuring the SSL certificate. So, that's why it says not secure. But again, after this has finished connecting all the way, it could take up to, 24 hours, then you'll be good to go. So to get the most out of your portfolio website and, make it stand out, you need to keep it updated. This means adding new projects, case studies, testimonials, and accomplishments so that your portfolio website stays fully up to date. And again, it helps you stand out from the competition. The link to Hostinger Horizons is down below in the description. It will take you to the exact page that you need to get to. And don't forget to use code JoshBurnsTech to get an even bigger discount. And if you're starting a business or a side hustle and you haven't created an LLC yet, then I would definitely recommend watching this video right here next. As always, thank you so much for being here. I sincerely appreciate all your support. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.